we see now Gonzalo Dallera looking to purge Jorge Marron with the loss. Coming into the ring now. De Buenos Aires, Argentina. It's one thing about Argentinian fighters. You're always going to know that you're going to get your money's worth with them. They always come to fight. They have granite chins and even bigger hearts. There's Marron, the 12th time as a professional stepping inside the ring here tonight. And his opponent, Jorge Marron Jr. shaking out. About to step on to the stage now. So only has one career loss, 5 knockouts to his credit, but his opponent Dallera has 4 knockouts to his credit. So similar power on both guys. Large pop for him here. He now enters the ring.
And ladies and gentlemen, Bobby D presents Boristeca Boxing Promotions in association with San Diego House of Boxing in San Diego's Mossy Ford Dealers. This is your co-main event of the evening. 6 rounds of boxing in the super lightweight division. Damas y caballeros, 6 rounds de combate. Este es su combate coestelar de la noche. En la categoría de peso super ligero. Your 3 judges scoring, sus 3 jueces. Pat Russell, Alejandro Rochín and José Cobian. And your referee in charge, su referee para este combate, Ángel Méndez. Introducing the fighter standing in the blue corner. He wears white and gold. He officially weighs in at 140 pounds. Presentando ustedes en la esquina azul, con pantaloncillo blanco con oro, con un peso de 140 libras. He stands with a record of 6 victories, 5 losses, and 4 of those victories coming by the fast way of knockout. Presenta un récord de 6 victorias, 5 derrotas y 4 de esas victorias por la vía del cloroformo. De Buenos Aires, Argentina, Gonzalo El Malo Dallera. And his opponent across the ring in the red corner. He wears black and silver. His official weight, 140 pounds. Y presentando ustedes en la esquina roja, con pantaloncillo negro con plata, con un peso de 140 libras. He stands with a record, a near perfect one. 15 victories, 1 lone defeat, and 5 of those victories coming by the fast way of knockout. Presenta un récord casi perfecto. 15 victorias, 1 derrota y 5 de esas victorias por la vía del knockout. Hailing out of Lakeside, California, USA, Jorge Marron Jr. And here is with the final instructions con las indicaciones finales su referee Ángel Méndez. 6 rounds, 6 asaltos.
Gentlemen, I gave you the instructions at the dressing room. Protect yourself at all times. Obey my commands at all times. Ya le di las instrucciones en el camerino. Sigan las instrucciones. Protéjanse a todo momento. Recuerden que esto es un deporte de caballeros. Remember, this is a gentleman's sport. All right? Good luck to you both. Touch them up.
Co-main event time here at the 4 Points Sheridan. Jorge Marron Jr. taking on Gonzalo Dallera. Marron from Lakeside, California. Big support here for him. Marron taking the trek from South America over here to the United States. Buenos Aires, Argentina. Round number 1 on their way. Marron in the black trunks with white trim, taking on Dallera in all white with gold. Ooh, good little counter there from Marron as Dallera attempted to rush in.
And like I said, if Dallera wanted any type of success, he'd have to pressure Jorge Marron Jr. But that's not what he's doing right now, Marcos. If you allow him, Marron will box the entire fight. He will box. He will continue to box and move.
So we're seeing Marron in the southpaw stance. Kevin is his opponent Dallera in the orthodox stance. What are some key points when you fight a southpaw?
Obviously, definitely just looking for that straight left. You know, a lot of times, orthodox fighters just comes at a place. It comes from a standpoint where you just can't see it. You know, so a lot of times that's obviously the number one thing you always want to watch out for with us fighting southpaw fighters. That straight left hand.
Feeling out round by both fighters as Marron's been the one that's been pushing forward.
Yeah, typically not the style from Marron as far as pressing, but Dallera's not giving an option. Backing up from the beginning.
Slight headbutt there. That is a thing that is very common when a southpaw faces an orthodox fighter. Sometimes we do get a clash of the heads. Big step in a hook there. Dallera just landed, but it was blocked by Marron.
Stop. Stop.
Good movement so far being shown by Marron. Avoids that big hook. He's able to slip those 2 punches that is thrown by his rival from Argentina and slips another straight. Now teeing off to the head and body of his opponent, but he eats a punch there from Dallera. Dallera following it up now. Apparent speed advantage from Marron Jr. has made Dallera miss a lot in this opening round, so he continues to press forward. I always like to get in the mind of the opponent, Kevin. If you're Dallera, from what you saw in that first round, what can you use to your advantage to take control of the fight?
I would take control. I would utilize Jorge Marron. He's not moving at a fast rate. You know what I mean? So I would actually just up my punch count a little bit more, see how he responds to that. A lot of times, a lot of guys can't respond to that, and they just know how to fight one way, you know. So you can only know how to fight a guy based upon his reaction. So if he doesn't react to what you change, then keep going with that game plan.
So we begin round number 2. Co-main event of the night, 6 rounds in the super lightweight division. You're seeing on your screen Jorge Marron Jr. slipping that big wide haymaker from Marron, but gets tagged just right now by 2 punches. Marron coming forward, but taking steps back to avoid the power punches of Dallera as we're getting hit by a shower of sweat from the punches of Marron.
Blood, sweat, we just need some tears.
Yeah.
You gonna cry some tears for us, Chris? Hopefully.
Say it again.
I said we got blood and sweat so far. We just need a little tears, a couple tears.
You won't get it from me, sir. Just letting you know that now.
All right, man. I tried my hand. I'm sorry.
Active jab so far for Marron.
Stop.
Both fighters looking to take control of the fight. Got a lot of time, but Marron showing good movement, good countering at this point.
Yeah, I'm impressed with the pressure. You know, I said at the beginning of the telecast that we're going to see a boxing clinic from Jorge Marron Jr., and we're seeing a little bit of the opposite as he's pressing forward. With good movement, too.
Yeah, he's able to get in and get out. I like how he's slowly cutting the ring off, too, as well, from his opponent. Looks like he might have had him at a front headlock for a moment.
Trying to go for the guillotine.
Big 1-2. Missed there. Dallera, he's trying. He's putting punches together. It's just not finding a home there with the movement of Marron. Oh, gets caught there, though, by a big punch.
That was a good uppercut. Not enough, though. Very few between. Far and few between.
It's a very smart move that Marron just did. Just turn around.
Just hold him. Maybe it did shake him up a little bit. Maybe it woke him up, actually. How about that?
Dallera now looking to use his movement to avoid some of these punches coming his way.
Good body shot by Marron.
Let it go each other. Let it go each other. Let it go, Ray. Let it go.
Both fighters working on the inside, pummeling, trying to
10 seconds.
land punches out from the clinch. 10 seconds left in this round number 2. Marron continuing to clinch up with Dallera. Round number 2 in the books. Chris, so far through 2, who would you give it to?
I want to say that Marron did the best of those first 2 rounds. I wanted to touch on the fact that the ref is letting him work on the inside. He's not breaking him up. He's telling him to work. He's telling him to let go. I like that, man. Let the boxing play out on the inside and the outside.
Kevin, what do you make of that?
Yeah, I agree. I feel like Jorge Marron Jr. is definitely up these first few rounds. He's just being more effective, quite frankly. I'm sorry, I come from an African background. So how do you pronounce this guy's last name? Dallera. Dallera. Okay. All right, guys. Anyway.
No, it's funny. Some of the people on our chat right now are calling Jorge Marron Dimitri Bivol Jr. There is a little bit of likeness there in terms of his physical appearance.
Yeah.
But other people saying that Dallera looks like Luis Colazo a bit.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, true. I see it. No tattoos in the head, but yeah, I see it.
Good exchange here. It's been a lot of work on the inside. Marron grabbing onto that glove there.
Holding
Good
on
little
to
move
it.
there, right?
Little veteran move there.
So he comes forward now on the attack is
and he continues to do it.
Yeah, I've noticed he'll land a series of punches, will clinch up.
And then work off of it. Once again, veteran move.
How do you combat that, Chris? Excuse me, Kevin. How do you combat that when you have a guy that's throwing punches, clinching, throwing punches, clinching?
You could time his clinch, honestly, and just back up, let him fall on nothing, and really fall into a punch. Back step, and can come with an uppercut.
Oh, tap!
Wow.
It's Dallera.
Wow.
His move back now is he's having to hold. He's bouncing around, making sure that his feet are under him. So we see the unraveling now of Dallera as he's clinching up once more. Marron pressuring, gets tagged by a hook. Didn't seem to affect him. Avoids that punch. Throws a series of combinations that's backing up Dallera. Dallera answering back as he's forced to clinch once more. Wisely turns around Marron. But Marron Jr. just pot-shotting, coming forward, landing good punches. Dallera looks tired.
I think you're right, Marcos. He's taking the worst of this.
Stop.
The
Always
short
wanna
little
yell
body
out.
shots, too.
Yeah, I always want to yell out hammer time when the refs say stop. 30 seconds left in this round number 3. Jorge Marron Jr. in control. As the crowd now getting behind him. A lot of work here on the clinch. As Dallera with an open mouth, breathing hard, fatigue setting in big time for him. How's that feel, Kevin? When you're gassed in a fight, you're breathing hard. What do you have to do to keep on going? Because it's barely the third round. It's 2 more rounds in the fight plus this one, 3 rounds.
Yeah, I mean, judging from his standpoint, because everybody responds to that differently again. I mean, I know I kind of keep going back to that, but it's true, and that's what separates people. But just from his standpoint, I think rest is the only thing that he really wants in this particular standpoint. But
so he's gonna have to grab hold, take whatever break that he can get.
yeah, and we kind of already see that going on. A lot of backing up, kind of just creating distance, just kind of get that extra breath, rest, and clinch whenever you can.
Oh, that was an odd thing to see. The corner of Dallera helping him up just right now. He pulled him up.
Yeah, the body language as he went back from the last round wasn't good, Marcos.
Boy, he's coming out swinging for sure, but he's swinging and he's missing big as Marron now.
And what I always tell young fighters is that's what wears on you more, is making a guy miss. Making a guy miss. Nobody practices missing. You always practice hitting the bag, hitting the mitts, hitting the double end bag. You don't practice missing.
Well,
That'll wear on you more than anything.
Well, he's making a miss, but he needs to make him pay as well. Dallera, a little bit more energy coming into this round. It might be coming into his second win as Marron just making him miss big. Showing good skills, good head movement.
Like you said, making him miss big, but you're right. He has to make him pay.
A counter there from Marron Jr. Fouls it up with a 1-2. Continues to be the aggressor in this fight. And even in the clinch, very active. In high school, we'd call that move a wizard. He has a wizard on the inside, which is pretty much putting your hand under the armpit and holding it there so your opponent can't move, can't turn.
Has no leverage, yes.
1-2.
Beautiful 1-2 right there by Marron.
But he got to follow it up with a side of Coke. Give him that 3-piece.
You started too late with the punch today, Marcos. Too late.
We got one more fight left, Chris. What are you
Okay.
talking about?
Well, that's why we were too late. We're already 4 in.
No, it seems that whatever fatigue Dallera was feeling in the last round, he might have, like I mentioned earlier, came into his second win.
Yeah, he got a boost of energy somehow.
When does that usually work in for you, Kevin, your second win?
Man,
Midway through a fight, right?
I think once the fight peak has like starting to drop from like a particular peak, I think that's when you really honestly start getting your second win, because like everything leading into that peak rushes you to get tired. You know what I mean? And after that's over, and it's kind of like on a downhill side, you start going into your second win at that point, which might lead to another peak, actually, honestly, in the fight later.
So we in round number 4. Marron in control of this fight, right, Chris?
Yes, definitely well in control of this fight. Kind of frustrating Dallera a little bit. Kind of what I said at the beginning, that he was going to box. He came out kind of pressuring. Now he went back to what he normally does, and he's boxing. And he's doing a very good job of it, too, making Dallera miss big.
Now, are you surprised at all, Kevin, that Dallera was fatigued in the earlier rounds, given that it's a 6-round fight? Could the jet lag maybe be playing a part in this?
Yeah, but you know, you're a professional at this standpoint. You know, it's no excuses for like not being prepared. I mean, you knew what you were getting into. You know, it's hard to have sympathy for a professional. You know what I mean? So
as we see the corner of Dallera helping him out to his feet once more. I've never seen that ever before, Chris.
To help him up.
Yeah, I've never seen. You seen the corner do that ever?
I'm seeing it now, but the less you have to exert, the better, I guess. I don't really know what to say about that.
And Dallera's trying for all he can. It's just he's too slow. I don't see these punches coming.
He's definitely trying.
Slips a 1-2, responds with the hook. That punch to the body did land from Dallera. And these punches are exerting a lot of energy from him. These are punches that he's putting everything into, and he's missing big. Dallera now with his hands down. Forced to clinch once more. And Chris, the clinch work as well gets you extremely tired in the fight.
Yeah, I mean, wrestling, like tussling, it is difficult. It's going to wear out your muscles a little bit more.
Good work here from Marron. Little touch punches. 1-2. Work on the inside, slips that punch. See if he could turn Dallera, and he does.
Yeah, I like the defensive skills by Marron Jr. here.
Digs
Good body
here.
shots. They were right under us there, Marcos. Those hurt.
Clean punches from Marron. He's having a field day, just picking
wow.
apart Dallera looks off balance. The ref coming in, saving him. He seemed off balance there, didn't he, Chris?
He hit him with a clean left straight. I want to see it again on the replay. But if the ropes hold you up, Marcos, it's a knockdown. I believe the ropes held him up, and it was a good straight left.
First knockdown of the fight for Jorge Marron Jr. It's been all him through the first 4 rounds. He's been displaying his movement, his slickness, his boxing. Been pressing forward but not getting hit, avoiding the big punches of Dallera. A lot of inside work as well, but overall, Dallera just hitting air for the most part. Keeping Dallera at the end of that stick there, Kevin. Why is he able to avoid some of these punches?
Yeah, I mean, he's keeping his length while being effective. I mean, that's realistically like one of the best things you can do. That's putting yourself in the best position to hit and not be hit. When you can hit a guy at a distance and he can't hit you back.
10 seconds.
And he's landing those jabs effectively as well. Those jabs are actually like, got some power behind it.
6th and final round coming up here in our co-main event. We're watching Jorge Marron Jr. taking on Gonzalo Dallera. Dallera touching the canvas just now. Don't know if we can get a replay to see exactly if Dallera was going to fall into the ropes or
yeah, I'd like to see it again,
balance.
Marcos, but I believe I saw a crisp left straight by Jorge Marron and an off-balance fighter in Dallera.
Centering Wisconsin 4 kilos per second. Round number 6. Your final round.
Here we go. Final round here between Jorge Marron Jr. and Gonzalo Dallera. Let's see if Gonzalo Dallera could pull something out of his hat. Just seeming to be punching air at this point. Look at this little move that he's doing right here, holding onto the rope.
Yeah.
Bernard Hopkins taught me that move in one of the interviews I had. So that's a really tricky veteran move there.
That's frustration right there, Marcos. More than anything.
Well, he doesn't want him moving on him because he can't hit him.
Yeah. But it was just, again, a little burst of energy after that break. And right back to getting touched up by Marron Jr.
One thing, though, these punches are effective punches, point punches, but I think the power's too much there on Marron's part.
Stop, no punch.
Repeat it.
The power in Marron's punches, I don't think he's
You don't think
leveraging his shots.
Okay, you don't think it's there?
Yeah.
I see what you mean now. Maybe, yeah, he's not putting too much into it. You got to give him some type of power because he's making his opponent back up. But it might not be that one-punch knockout power.
Well, he isn't turning his body enough. He isn't putting enough torque on his body to throw the full amount of power that he actually has. But, I mean, I still agree with you, Chris. Like, he is at least putting enough in his punches to, but not as much as he could be.
I think that has a lot to do with him being a defensive fighter as well.
Yeah,
because he's always ready for that defense, that defensive move. So you're not going to put in everything you have into one shot.
Correct.
Into any shot.
We're now in the final minute of this last round. Dallera knocked down in the 5th. Down big on the scorecards. Doesn't look like he's going to be able to pull out something drastic as he eats a straight right there. And immediately does the smart thing, clinches up.
Every time Marron Jr. lands a good shot, Dallera does the right thing. It just ties him up. Doesn't give him that momentum.
Marron, good in the clinch as well. Attempting to spin Dallera out. They might fall through the ropes right there. Solid performance by this young kid from Lakeside, California. A strong closing here to the final round as Marron stalking Dallera, and Dallera closing out the round with the clinch. Both fighters embracing a solid performance and an impressive one by Jorge Marron Jr.
Yeah, good performance by the hometown boy. Excellent boxing skills, Marcos. There's really not much you can say other than that is the boxing skill is there.
So we still have one fight left on the card. Coming your way, folks, main event. So we await the decision from the judges. Kevin Torres set to fight Andrew Rogers, and Kevin Torres, big knockout puncher, don't want to blink in his fights. Has had huge knockout wins in his fights in the past in Mexico at the Big Punch Arena. He is our main event. As we're moments away from the judge's decision here in our co-main event between Jorge Marron and Gonzalo Dallera. But Chris, it was Marron's fight. He won.
Yes, very, very convincingly, not easily, but very convincingly. 6 rounds to 0. He won pretty much every second of that fight, but he earned it. He earned it from a hard opponent like Dallera.
Let's take it now to Pablo Flores to get the official decision for this fight.
And ladies and gentlemen, after 6 rounds of boxing, we now go to the judges' scorecards. Después de 6 rounds de combate, tenemos la decisión de los jueces. All 3 judges, los 3 jueces, Pat Russell, Alejandro Rochin, and Jose Cobian have the same scores of 60-53. Los 3 coinciden en números 60-53. For your winner, by the way, of unanimous decision, su vencedor por la vía de la decisión unánime, Lakeside, California, USA, Jorge Marron Jr.
Solid win here from Jorge Marron Jr., who now improves his record to 16-1. A dominant performance where he showed his movement and his boxing skills. Kevin, what do you take away from his performance?
Once again, poised. He showed that he's willing to go in and like take care of business if he sees that his man is hurt.